Om Shanti, and welcome to Soul to Soul. I'm Rose from the Brahma Kumaris, and tonight we're going to look at don't compare because you're unique. Now we have to use our third eye to think about this information because we have the habit of constantly comparing ourselves to others. So there's the good side of that and there's the not so good side. So we'll do our best to unfold and see. Comparing ourselves with others is a trap. So why is it a trap? Because we're always ourselves. We're never another person. And if I keep being influenced overly by others, I'm losing the vision of myself. The most important person in my life, physically, to me, the one I'm always with forever and ever, is I, the soul, myself. And when I think of the one above, the divine, and I practice stillness inside, if I practice this over and over again, daily, and throughout the day whenever possible, then this is the one receiving the gift of myself. And when I understand the gift of myself, I want to make myself the best self that I possibly can. And yes, I can look out and see good examples. That's a different matter. I can see good things and I think I would like to, and why would that touch me if I see something good that I would like to be? It's because it's resonating with something similar inside me. So if I want to stop comparing, I need to understand how unique I am. Do we know our true value? Can we really value others? If we keep following ideas outside, if all my attention is always on the changes outside, this is new, this is different, what have they got? I want one. It will shut down our own creative thinking. And if constantly I'm influenced, then I'm not actively creating a vision for myself. So I'm not using my spiritual energy, and therefore I can feel powerless. And then I wonder why I feel powerless. Then I could have the habit then looking again outside to see what might be there to give me power. But it won't work. It isn't about isolating yourself, but simply learning how to think for yourself. And meditation lets me find space to think more clearly. However, if I constantly do compare myself to others, my results won't be so good. Because they have the energy for whatever it is they're showing me. But I can't take their energy and make it my energy. I need to create my own energy. So by understanding these laws of energy, these laws of karma can help. And so the original rule of life is love. To be kind-hearted and loving. I'm actually free to use my energy as I wish, and actually each of us have an incredible treasure of spiritual energy, spiritual power, soul power. So let us appreciate how to use our own energy to create a good atmosphere. And think about these things, because everyone has a speciality, and every single soul on the planet contributes to the world. So practice sending out peace. Be a messenger of peace. Sending out rays of peace. Because I think actually that's how I managed to get here, because someone else must have sent out rays of peace that I picked up. Because it's all very accurate, all this energy. I don't think I just suddenly thought, wow, oh, what is this? I think no, someone must have touched me with the energy of peace, which touched my inner world, my inner peace. And I thought, what is this? Gosh, I'll have to check this out. So do your best not to lose yourself in thoughts of other people's lives. And even movies and books, they're only entertaining if you can learn something about yourself as you observe the story. They can touch you because you think, well, that happened to me, or there's something there that touches me. And the thing to remember is that each of us is unique. No one is like another. I was thinking of that earlier quite deeply. What would it be like if we were all the same? The wonder, the beauty, the magic of each of us is that which is different in us. And yet we try so hard, and the world out there tries to make us all the same, wear the same, do everything the same, eat the same, wear the same clothes, have the same hairstyle, do all the same things, and be like all the people that they show us as the adverts do. But that's fine if you want to take some of that on board, but inside of us, we're all unique. And each one of us has our own part. And each of us is important. So although we're not the same on a physical level, as spiritual beings, our original energy is the same. And if someone is thinking in terms of their original energy, that's what sometimes we can pick up on. And that's what we want. That's the same. But we might find we don't identify, we can't find out where it came from. But if we've ended up listening to talks like those and we've heard more of the information, well, definitely we're touched by the energy of spirituality. That's why we're here. So to have a look at this habit we have of wanting to be, comparing ourselves to others. Know your own worth. We're invaluable beings of energy and love. the energy we put out is like no other energy on the planet. We're kindly, loving, peaceful, beautiful energies. And we're doing our best to look at the things that we're not so happy about, which is usually the old patterns of energy. And we are slowly looking at, seeing, understanding and moving away from those old energies. So it doesn't matter what others say about you. This is a big one as well. We get so upset when others talk about us and gossip, and especially if we feel it to be not true. So we have to go away from that, because we cannot stop people from saying what they're going to say. We cannot control others. I can only control myself and not be affected. Be humble and great. If you're humble, you'll feel yourself to be more and more without ego or dislike. And if I don't have ego or dislike, I also will not have fear. But if I ask for respect and want people to compliment me or respect me in the wrong way, I will be dependent and weak. Now, spirituality is a different thing, but if I want to be complimented on what my appearance is and all the rest of the outside things, it shows me that I'm very, very dependent. So don't compare, but remember you're unique. And when I realise that I'm unique, then each one is more lovely than the next. How can that be true? How can that be true? It is true. It's like, of all the souls in the world, the special specialities belong to each individual soul. We have a role to play. No one else can play our role. No one. And the role is very, very valuable. So if we can remember that the original rule of life is love, to be kind-hearted, to be loving, to be generous-hearted, to become peaceful. If I could practice this energy of silence, is, I think, one of the most powerful energies. It's as though all my strength and understanding comes the more I practice and go into that silence. Because whilst I'm in silence, I've closed the doors to all the other energies that distract me and drain me and make me tired and make me affected and worried and disturbed. I've closed those doors for a short time. And this is rather amazing. I've closed those doors for a short time. And meanwhile, I've opened the door to becoming empowered and calm and steady, and filling myself with my original nature of peace. And my original nature of peace is my life energy. My strength begins to come back into the soul. So don't lose yourself in thoughts of other people's lives. Remember how unique we are, and that each of us has our own part, and the part of each of us is important. and that the rule of life is love, kindness, understanding, gentleness, and I'm free to use my energy as I wish. Free. Everyone's looking for freedom. And this energy of silence sets me free. And if I can remember the one above, I can add love and happiness into that energy. Purest energy. Peaceful energy. Loving energy, happiness. These are my true energies, and they belong to me. And it's up to me to claim back the strength of all of those beautiful powers. Claim them back and use them now in my life. This enables me to understand the worth of those energies that are I, the soul, myself. So again, don't compare. You are unique, and that each one is even more lovely than the next. How can it be true? It is true, because that's the wonder of the soul. Om Shanti.
So to enjoy yourself, at the beginning you said, they have the energy for what they're showing me, but I can't take their energy. It seemed very clear when you said it in that way. It's like I'm trying to steal something that actually someone else has earned or created. And so all I need to do is earn or create that energy within myself.
Yes.
I can't steal it.
Can't steal it. And the other side of that coin is, if I'm jealous and I want something someone has, so it's physical, I'm comparing myself and I think, how come they have that and that and that, and they have everything and I don't seem to have very much. I wish I had what they had. Well, how did they manage to have what they have? If it's good things, but yet it's still talking about the physical here. Well, they must have created good karma to have what they have. And so if I want what they have, am I willing to do whatever they had to do to create such good karma? And it may have taken them a long, long time to accumulate a lot of good energy. So, and also they may have gone through a lot of difficulties and overcome them in order to move themselves forward. So am I also willing then, since I'm jealous of them and I want their energy, am I willing to go through the same difficulties, to walk in their shoes, for instance? Go through the really tough things that they went through, which was perhaps magnificent, amazing, unusual. People praised them for, how did you manage? That was wonderful. So how did they manage that? Am I willing to do that if I want what they have? Because nothing falls into your lap. It's a journey. And however you are on that journey, you accumulate good things and not so good things. And when you want to change the not so good things into good things, there are many obstacles will come in front. And you would have to face those obstacles to move yourself forward.
So you're saying without silence and meditation, I can never actually know the wonder of myself?
I say that now it's a different time in the drama of life. Before we didn't know so much about silence or meditation. We just had to keep going with the goodness that was in our hearts and move ourselves forward as best we could and get daunted and be sad and then be happy and do whatever kindly things we could do, be charitable souls as best we could, but because we didn't know about the one above. But now we know we can reclaim our power in a quick way.
What's that?
It's a shortcut.
Sounds good.
By meditation and remembering the divine. Okay?
Just a thought about good wishes, the power of good wishes. Quite often very famous people who have big crowds will say that vibration, that power of good wishes, of good feeling that comes towards them when they're on the stage. It's just there's no feeling like it. And this kind of craving, in a sense, that people have for applause, even in a small way. So could you say something about that? You know, meditation seems to be very incognito, very quiet. Nobody knows that I'm sending out those vibrations, and yet there is a return, there's like a good feeling comes, but it's not as big.
That's quite a big topic, but we've been conditioned, you might say, to feel that name and fame is the big thing. That's wonderful. If only you could have enough money to have the big house and be the one that everybody listens to, but we don't have the energy to be able to attract that kind of thing to us. A few people will, but with that will come the opposite side, because there'll be so many people that dislike you, that are jealous of you, that want to pull you off that seat, and that will compete to get your seat. And if it's all to do with money and that forceful energy, they can quite easily push you off your seat and have the seat. It's a lot of force involved. Whereas when we begin to look at meditation and think of the divine and think of ourselves as energy, we don't use force. We're away with force. Get force away from here. We don't want the force. We want to think of stillness and silence, good feelings, good wishes, and we want to give them out to others to soothe their heart, rather stand up there and receive the applause to soothe my heart. It's a big difference, difference of day and night, actually.
Sounds like a steadier seat as well.
A much steadier so you don't have to worry about it. Very few people are after it. It's only yourself that's involved there. Okay. So we'll do some meditation. So Om Shanti. Focusing in the center of the forehead and seeing the self as the beautiful sparkling life energy in the center of the forehead. I'm the soul. I am the soul. The energy of my life always comes from I, the soul. I didn't know I was the soul. And these good wishes and sending out energies of peace touched I the soul to find out what is it? It encourages I the soul to be a messenger of peace and to send out these rays of peace within my interactions, my thoughts and my words, to soothe the hearts of others. Not to get distracted by what I see and think there's an emptiness inside of me. But when I look at others, let me see that I can give beautiful energy, beautiful peace and calm and understanding, because I have also been on that journey, and I also can understand how we get pulled by these images. So let us understand ourselves, the beauty of ourselves, the wonder of I, myself, the soul, the energy, the point of living light, and the support and the love from the one who gives me back my life. The highest point of living energy, the Supreme. Om.